Hey guys, welcome back to Farm Wife Life. So this is the last week of this kitchen that you will see in my videos. We are actually getting our whole kitchen remodeled and the demo needs to start this weekend. So living through a remodel or a demo is never fun. I've done it a few times, but again, it's never fun and it makes it even worse when you have two toddlers in the house with lots of sippy cups. So I am going to try to meal prep as much as I can because this is not going to be fun. So it's going to take about a week for the counters to get, or the cabinets to get put in, and then the countertop is going to be another 1 to 2 weeks after that. So it's going to be a long process. So let me show you what I am going to meal prep. So this video you might see is kind of bouncing around because I'm going to do this all week long because I work a full-time job. So I'm going to try to do this during the day, during my breaks, while I'm working. So today is Monday, so first day, what I'm gonna be doing is making stuffed peppers and then twice baked potatoes. So the trick with this one, was planning on making twice baked potatoes for my supper tonight anyway, so let's just double the batch and I will freeze half of them for later on. That way when the kitchen is demoed and in construction mode, we can just pull out the stuffed peppers and then grill the twice baked potatoes and then grill whatever meat on the grill, and then I will just take those potatoes and probably just put it on the side of the grill or the top of the grill wherever it's warm, and it can cook that way. So let's get started and let's get cooking because we need to prep. So come on. Okay, so quick tip on saving money with meat. When I get my meat processed, I buy my meat in bulk. I will leave a link down below where we got a cow and a pig, separate videos, processed in bulk. So one thing I do is I get my ground beef in 1.5 pound packages. Now I do that on purpose. Sometimes, like if you're making burgers, we're gonna use the whole 1.5 pounds. Different things like this recipe with stuffed peppers, you don't need to use a whole pound of beef. So we use this, or we'll make it into tacos or with our pasta sauce. That's why I like to do 1.5 pounds because then you end up saving money on your beef, buying it in bulk, and then you're using less than a pound in a lot of your recipes. And that's how it comes in the grocery store. So quick tip, hope you enjoy it. Okay, so first off, this is not going to be a recipe to give you guys. Sorry. Maybe this summer I will give you an actual recipe for this. So when I make my stuffed peppers, I actually like to boil my peppers. You can see in the background there. That is definitely not something you have to do with this recipe. It just is a preference for me. The peppers end up a little bit softer when they're done baking them. So I'm just going to throw a little bit of my lard down in the bottom to fry up my hamburger. I have a video on how I render my lard. I will leave a link down below for that. So I actually like to make my stuffed peppers with quinoa, as you can see in that back pot there. Also, I normally would fry up some onions with my hamburger, but I don't have onions right now, so we're doing this pretty fast. So I have chives out in my herbs. So I'm going to throw some chives, just some other fresh herbs in here, and just call it good. Once everything's cooked, I'm just going to throw everything in that same pot and mix it up. I add my own tomato juice in there, as well as I would normally add some stewed tomatoes or diced tomatoes that I have canned up, but I actually have a tomato that's about to go bad on the countertop, so we are going to get rid of that before I no longer have a kitchen and an easy way to chop that up and wash it. So lastly, I just stuff everything in those peppers and then top it with cheese. As you can see, I have it in one of those tin containers, so this is ready to go in the freezer for the next couple weeks. Okay, on to the twice baked potatoes. So I actually base my recipe off of the Pioneer Woman has a twice baked potato recipe. If you are someone who likes to cook, you normally probably don't pull out a recipe card like I do. So I just kind of wing it. Things don't have to be precise when you're making this. You just bake your potato, cut them in half, hollow them out, and then mix up your ingredients. So for my ingredients, clearly I have the inside of the potatoes in there. I'm adding more of the chives that I had from my garden in there, a bunch of sour cream, a bunch of butter, and then I fried up some bacon as well, so we will add the bacon into here, and it's going to be delicious. I love these twice baked potatoes.
So just like the stuffed peppers, I am just going to fill these up with my mixture here and then top it with cheese, and it is good to go. You can see I have 2 pans there, like I said. One is for tonight, and then the other one I am going to freeze for later. And then of course it all gets topped in cheese. So clearly during this remodel we plan to eat super healthy.
Hey guys, welcome back. It is day 2 of meal prepping for my kitchen remodel. So today I am going to make my homemade buns. I do mine through a bread maker. So the only problem with this is my bread maker can only hold 1 dozen of buns per time. It's got a smaller one. So I think coming up I'll make 2 dozen buns because for one, I have leftover turkey in my freezer. So I'm gonna pull that out and I think we'll just do turkey sandwiches. I'll just warm it up in the crock pot when the kitchen's demoed. So that'll be meal number 1, and I think meal number 2 we'll probably make barbecues. Again, that's another super easy meal that I can cook ahead of time and then just warm it up in the crock pot later on, and then we'll have the buns already made for it. So day 2, we're making buns. I think I'm gonna spend the day mostly cleaning out the kitchen and setting up kind of my temporary pantry situation. So we'll do that and we'll make buns, and hopefully that'll be enough for day 2 and we'll keep rolling. So here we go.
Okay, if you've seen my videos before, you know that I start the oven while I start rolling out the buns, and then I'm going to turn off that oven and put my buns in there. That way it has just enough time to warm up and get warm for the bread to raise, but it's not going to be hot enough to cook the dough.
Okay, so I got the buns in the oven. I think over my lunch break, I'm gonna clean out the china hutch. I already started the other night. We still have a lot to go. Fun fact, this is what started the kitchen renovation because I hated this china hutch. So we're still putting another china hutch in. It's gonna be kind of similar, but way more cool. So I think you guys will like it. I'm gonna do antique glass. So I'm really hoping it turns out as cool as I'm thinking it is. So let's get this all packed up. This is actually china that was my grandparents' wedding china, so very old. So I need to be very careful with that. I need to find a very safe place to put that box during this process. So I have half-hour lunch break. Let's get packing. Things first. I have an extra tablecloth. I think I'm just gonna line the bottom of a box here. Just safe. Like that.
Okay, now no one yell at me when they see me throw this stack of plates in here all together. This box is just going to walk like 5 feet down the hallway into my bedroom. If I was actually moving this box across, like, I don't know, like down the road and pack it up somewhere and fully move it, I would individually wrap those plates. Just moving it down the hallway, they'll be fine just like this. Okay, so these sat in the nice warm oven for about a half hour. I'm going to pull that out and start the oven once again, let it get to temperature this time before I fully put them in so they can actually bake this time. Okay, if I wasn't busy enough, let's add some jelly making to my list of things to do. It is rhubarb season here in North Dakota, and my family loves rhubarb jelly. So I need to hurry up, make this rhubarb jelly while I have a chance before my kitchen gets demoed. Okay, seriously, how pretty is rhubarb jelly? It is the most pretty jar I think I have ever seen in someone's pantry. That bright pink is just amazing. Okay, day 3 of food prepping. So I took one of those 1.5 pound packages of hamburger and I cooked up all that meat in this one pot and added taco sauce to it. Or taco seasoning, I should say, to it. Our family loves tacos, nachos, taco salads, anything along those lines. So I'm cooking up the meat and just putting them in mason jars, and once the meat cools down, I will throw those jars in the freezer. Again, this is going to be a nice easy meal that I can warm up the meat in a crock pot. Yes, cutting up lettuce and tomatoes will be kind of messy without a kitchen, but it should be easy enough to do. Okay, so next thing I did was I took another one of those 1.5 pound packages of hamburger. The first meal I took out of that meat was I am making a baked spaghetti. So basically it's just a spaghetti meal that you make, but with the noodles after you cook it, I add in a block of cream cheese. Again, clearly I am cooking super healthy during this whole process. So then I just layer up a pan with meat and marinara sauce and then throw in those noodles with the cream cheese over top and then do another layer of the meat and sauce, and then I top mine with Parmesan cheese. And then again, this will be nice and easy. Throw it in the oven. I think once my lower cabinets, or at least I should say, once my cabinets get set, my oven should be in place. So I think I should have my oven to be able to cook this in. We just won't have countertops for another week or so at that point. So I used half that meat for this spaghetti meal, and then I'm going to use the rest of the meat and make some barbecues. Okay, day 4 of meal prepping. Today I am going to do breakfasts. So I have some leftover ham in my fridge. I am going to dice these up and we will just do breakfast sandwiches on English muffins. These will be super easy to throw in the freezer, freeze these individually, and then I will just pop them in the oven to warm them up for a little bit, because again, I don't think we're going to have a microwave during this whole process. So there we go. Day 4, breakfast, here we go. So I scrambled up about 8 eggs, and I am just going to fry these all up in one pan and then cut them up into individual smaller pieces to put on the English muffins. And then just a side note, I did let the eggs cool down before I'm going to add these to the sandwiches. I did add cheese on there, so I don't want that cheese to start melting all over the place as I'm putting the eggs on there.
Okay, today is officially the last day to have my kitchen, mainly my sink. That is what I am most upset I'm gonna lose for a few weeks. So Alex actually started the demo last night. We started with the China hutch. We'll do the pantry area next, and then we'll start ripping everything else out. So I came to the realization, I have nothing for lunches. I mean, of course I can make a sandwich, but who wants a sandwich for a couple days in a row for lunch because I work from home. So I threw a couple chicken breasts in the oven quick. I made rice and broccoli, so I'm just gonna throw a quick little couple meals together with that. I have some bananas that are about to go bad. Now I know you can freeze bananas. I don't like it. I don't understand. Someone needs to tell me what the thing behind freezing bananas is, because I think they come out so gross and mushy and just, I don't like using them even with baking. They just weird me out, okay? So I think we're gonna try to make some banana chocolate chip muffins, maybe banana bread, one of the two. Those are kind of our favorites in our house. So we'll use those up. Those can be for more breakfasts. last day kitchen remodel. I hope you guys enjoyed all of this food prep with me. I hope I survived this with 2 toddlers in my house doing a kitchen remodel. Stay tuned, next video is coming up will be of the kitchen remodel, and I am so excited to show you guys what my new kitchen will look like. So hit the subscribe button down below to stay tuned to see what the kitchen's gonna look like. So see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.